Good morning, students. Hope things are all fine with you. Enjoying your days as well as your studies. Yesterday, I sent you a set of notes telling you that please go through it so that tomorrow when I send you the video class, it is going to be easy for you to learn what I am going to teach. I am hopeful that you have gone through. We start with the lesson now. The chapter finite and non-finite verbs, it is actually not mentioned in your textbook. In your textbook it is actually infinitives, but I am just giving you a brief idea before it, what is it actually. It comes from finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs in English language can be divided into two depending upon the function that they perform in a sentence. Finite verbs are verbs that changes according to the tense and the number of a person that comes as the subject of the sentence. If I tell you an example, that is, I write a letter, here what you see is that I write. Now this we can change into I wrote a letter, I will write a letter, I have written a letter. Now if you change the person, he writes a letter, he is writing a letter, all this. So a verb that changes according to the tense and its subject. Subject means the person, first person, second person, third person, is what is called a finite verb. Now a non-finite verb is a verb that does not change when the subject or the tense of a sentence is changed. For example, my mummy told me to eat the food, or my mummy told me to buy something from the shop. Now my mummy told me, my mummy will tell me, my mummy tells me, my mummy is telling me, all that you can change. But to eat food or to buy something from the shop, we cannot change. Whichever tense you use in the beginning, but that remains as it is. So a verb that does not change according to the tense and the subject or person is called what is a non-finite verb. Now non-finite verbs are three types. Non-finite verbs are three types. They are infinitives, they are participles, and they are gerunds. And your chapter now is concerned with these infinitives. If you notice the pages of the chapter that I sent you yesterday, it begins with the heading the infinitives. Let me just briefly explain to you what are these three things. Infinitives are verbs that comes with to write, to speak, to come, to go, to sing, to dance, to love, to care, to, I don't know what all you want to say, you can say for that. Those kind of verbs are called infinitives. The next ones are participles. Participles are basically ing form of a verb. Singing, dancing, playing, cooking, walking, listening, studying, writing, I don't know what you want, you can say all that. But these are of two types. These are of two types. If you recall to your mind, you will know that in all the continuous tenses we studied, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future continuous, future perfect continuous, we used this form of the verb. They are ing verbs. Now sometimes they are also used as nouns. Now before coming to that, these ing verbs which are called participles are present participles, and there is another participle which you studied when you studied about the different forms of the verb, past participle, that is without ing but ed or en. Those are the two divisions of participles. The third one, gerunds, is also an ing form of a verb, but it is a noun. But it is a noun. Please pay attention there. A gerund is an ing form of a verb used as a noun in a sentence. For example, walking is good for health. What is the subject of that sentence? It is walking, not walk, not to walk, or not an apple or anything like that. It is an ing form of the verb walk, but it is used as a noun and as a subject of that sentence. So that is what is a gerund. It is also used as an object in a sentence. For example, I like walking. First sentence I told you was walking is good for health. Walking is good for health. Walking is a noun. It is an ing form of a verb that is known as gerund. The same walking can be used as an object, that is I like walking. I subject, like verb, walking is the object, which is also a noun. So that is what is basically a gerund. I think with this introduction we will stop today. Once again, let me tell you, a verb that changes according to the subject and according to the subject's number and tense is called a finite verb. A verb that does not change is what is a non-finite verb. No, non-finite verbs are of three types. One is infinitive. Infinitive means to plus be1 or root form of the verb. Participles, there are two, present participle and past participle. Past participle you are quite aware, because when we studied the different forms of the tense, you studied the third form, ed or en form. Present participle is the ing form used in all the continuous tenses. And then you have got the gerund. Gerund is again an ing form of a verb, but used as a noun to be the subject or object of a sentence. With that I stop today. Please go through the first part of the materials that I sent to you yesterday, and the remaining I will give you in the next class. Thank you.